What's up, everybody? Doing a bit of work on the Talon. I wanted to get this done before winter happened. So, as you know, it came with all the suspension pieces. The only thing it didn't come with were wheel bearings, and I think the wheel bearing is what was the issue, because if you wiggle it, the tire side to side, up and down, you can feel play, but none of the hub connections were moving. With that being said, I think the tie rod ends should be replaced soon as well. But let me tell you, this wheel bearing has been the closest thing to defeating me, I think, ever. I looked on YouTube how to take these suckers off. Everyone says they are prone to seizing. I personally have done probably, 10 wheel bearings in my life. They were all simple, easy-go-lucky wheel bearings. This one, on the other hand, was hell on earth. So, what did I do? Well, a lot of guys said to use a puller on the axle. My initial thought was that's a bad idea because all of the force is going on the axle, all the axle joints, and then the transmission. But a lot of guys did it. So I phoned my dad, who is an experienced professional, told me some tips and tricks on what to do. In the end, none of them prevailed. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. They prevailed. But this thing was such a stubborn cow that this had to be used. So what happened is I did this. So my dad told me to put force on the puller, which is what I did. I tightened it as much as I could, and then I just beat the crap out of it. First off, this is not the rotor for the car. I ordered my brakes for my STI, and this was an extra one that came. So lo and behold, it acted as a perfect tool for today because I was able to use my regular puller without the jaws because I can't find my jaw puller. So anyway, I used this puller. Dad told me to tighten it all up and beat the crap out of it with the hammer. And that worked. As you can see, I got a big gap all the way around. She's ready to pop anytime now. I'm going to take my pry bar and I'm going to pry it open. So, wheel bearings are on the way for this thing. That will be done. I got all new arms, all new tie rod ends, everything for this thing. I'm just hoping now that the force that I put on this axle didn't damage the axle or anything in the transmission, which I doubt it, but you really, really never know. So fingers crossed. Everyone else seemed to do that technique on YouTube. I am not telling you to do that technique because I personally don't like it. There are other ways to do it by taking the hub off, etc., etc. But again, I did not want to take my hub off, which is what Dad initially told me to do, but I just did not want to. That was going to be my last resort. The air hammer I tried, didn't do a damn thing. So I think in the end, for 2G ECLIPSE and Talons, DSMs alike, you are going to have to put some force on the axle if you want the hub to stay in the car. So that's what I did. As you can see, rotor from an STI, brand new, used it as my pulling flange, and it worked perfectly, and my hitting surface, big area to hit, and it worked. So let's see if we can, while you guys are on the phone, I mean, why not, right? Or on the video. She is still so tight in there. I think it's just the corrosion. Keep in mind, this car did sit for years. Oh, there we go. Looks like we may have got her out. I think. Hold on, I'm putting my phone down for a second. Oh, you son of a... There it is. We got her. As I smoked the bumper with my puller. So, there is the wheel bearing. Yeah, definitely play in there. You can see it on the camera, I'm sure. It's not bad, but it's bad enough for me not to want to drive it in winter. So there is play there for sure. So, and when you kick the tire, you could actually hear the bearing. So I'm going to rip all this apart. Thank the Lord, the bearing is out. And I'm going to have to clean all that up for the new bearings that are on the way. All right. So that's everything for this video. Wanted to keep you guys posted on what I'm doing to the Talon. Like I said, I bought this car to tinker on, to procure my skill set that I once had. Growing up, you don't really touch the maintenance side of things unless they need it, and a lot of the cars I have never needed it. So this car I knew needed some maintenance, and I'm up for the challenge. So here's to the first bit of maintenance. Over and out.